And he says, your absence was the loudest sermon that they can ever have heard. Hello, happy Friday. Welcome back to Prophetic Diary. My name is Tynique. If you have not already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Everything you need to know is down in our description box. If you check out the description box, you can find out how to join our WhatsApp app group and also the link to keepwinassist.com. Keepwinassist.com under services will lead you right to where you need to be here at Prophetic Diary. We have our one-on-one coaching with myself, business coaching, build that website, strategy calls, whatever you need for your personal life, your kingdom marriage. Let's talk about it. We have our EXP master course that is running right now. We actually meet tomorrow, Saturday at 10 a.m. You're going to learn how to network in person and also online. Learn the applications. Why? Because God is taking you into that ministry, that business, and you're going to need to know how to network. If you sign up today and grab a package, you will get that ebook and the link to the Zoom and the access to our EXP group. You are going somewhere. And last but not least, Sunday we have our PD Society Circle. We're going to talk about how to hear from God. Are you really hearing from God, right? You're all confused and you think this and you think that. Is that God? And guess what, guys? We hit 50K, 50,000 subscribers and more at this point. If you're watching this video now, God has been so good, and I just want to take a moment and thank all of you for subscribing, for being here, for loving, for giving, for showing up and sticking out and sticking it through and believing in everything that we do here. And God has really blessed me with a beautiful word today, and I hope that it blesses your heart in so many different ways. And he says, your absence was the loudest sermon that they can ever have. Absence, right? God is closing the gap. When you stop reaching out to your spouse and when you stop explaining yourself, it created a space for God to convict them, right? Your silence became a mirror to them. And they had to sit with their decisions instead of hiding, right? From hiding behind your efforts and kind of, letting you do the chasing. No. God says you may have felt dismissed and overlooked. He's closing the gap, and they are realizing just how much they miss you because they no longer have access to you. You did not only just pretend that you were walking away, but you truly moved on, and you said to yourself, I'm going to forget the former things, like Isaiah 43:18. I'm going to forget the former things and I won't deal on the past. God is doing a new thing in my life, and you totally went on. But when you went on, they had to lose you, right, to recognize you. And in that loss, they recognized the weight of your absence because you truly went on. And God says, look, hey, this separation has caused her to heal and caused her to grow. And she stopped begging and she stopped waiting and she started to heal. And that shift spoke volumes, and they felt it. And now they see how much they miss you. Our sister Jamia, she said, I've been hearing this Babyface song. And I was like, I remember that song. And in that Babyface song, he was basically saying, I was a fool. Here are the lyrics to that song. I'll read a few of the verses. He says, I never meant to lie to you, but I needed an easy way out because I didn't want to lose my clout. I have always been good to you, girl, and I promise nothing has changed. Momentary insanity is the reason I did you that way. So now I'm telling everybody that I know I was a fool. Jumping down. If you want to go, I want you to know, girl, that I understand, but I don't recommend it because I love you more. You can't ignore that I would die for you and even lay my life down for you. Girl, I want to see you standing next to me. Girl, I apologize for each and every lie. I want to be the only one. I want you to be the only one for me forever and ever and ever and ever. So I'll never keep a secret. I'll never tell a lie. I want to make it up to you. And Babyface is one of the greatest artists of all time, one of the greatest songwriters of all time, especially when it comes to love songs. So I thought this was just so beautiful. But even with that being said, God says there's more. prophetically, he showed me this vision of this man, and he was at a mountaintop. And because he was at the mountaintops, when you go to the mountaintop, and in the Bible we see God take people to mountaintops, when you're up there, it can be very lonely at times, right? Very isolated and very cold with all the snow. But the air is fresh and it's clarity, and you're able to look down on your situations. And he's showing me that the men can see it clearly now, because they're looking down on everything, and the lies and the pride and ego and everything that they were just kind of like, but now they have that clarity and they can see it, right? Because they're up, they're alone, they're isolated, and you ain't chasing them no more. So God just wanted me to let you know that he's closing that gap, because they miss you, and they didn't see it then, but they definitely see it now. And I'm not saying this is for you to take anyone that treated you poorly back. That's not what I'm saying. But this is just a situation where Boaz, he gets it now. He never had a love like you, and he didn't know that God was just, had a Ruth in his life. Not that he hurt you, abused you, or anything like that during the separation, or that's what caused the separation. I'm not saying that, because you shouldn't go back to that, but just a misunderstanding, or just not seeing it right. So God is saying that the Spirit is revealing that the misconnection and God's divine timing has to come together, and it is now. He's going to cause that restoration to come into that friendship, that marriage, or whatever. Here we're talking about kingdom marriage, and you weren't overlooked, but you were preserved, and now they miss you and they get it. So hand clap to yourself for not pursuing and chasing after this love, but you didn't awake it before it's time, and you actually let God. I want you to say this declaration with me, and you can repeat it or play the video back to repeat it. And it says, God, thank you for the separation that saved me. Thank you for the silence that spoke louder than my chasing ever could. I release every connection that couldn't see my value, and I trust you to restore only what is aligned with my purpose. I am not who I used to be, and I will not shrink back to be seen. In Jesus' name. Anyways, I love you. Hope to see you guys in the EXP Masterclass tomorrow, 10 a.m.